Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
You with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in. Tori just won't let it go.
DBL starts right now.
We all
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Wednesday, April 3rd. We're live, guys, and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with the lovely Stephanie, the handsome Bo, the very good-looking Brandon, and I'm Tori. Sam is on assignment.
Why can't I be lovely?
You are lovely.
Okay,
You're always lovely. Sam's on assignment. Let's get started. More than a dozen parents are charged in the college admissions scandal. They are scheduled to appear in court in Boston today, including actress Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. It's unclear if they will enter pleas today. Now, they're facing felony charges for allegedly paying large sums of money to get their children into elite schools by falsifying test scores or fraudulently passing them off as athletic recruits. And the Fuller House star was all smiles yesterday in Boston as she was signing autographs and posing for photos with fans outside of her hotel. So is this a wise move for her ahead of her court appearance? It's obviously a PR move. I thought it was a good move because she's coming in with confidence and Americans are quick to forget. I want to know what you guys think.
I think it's an absolute great move. It's all about optics. You said it yourself. That smile is like, I might go to Club Fed. I might maybe do a month or two. I mean, she's smiling because if you have $500K to get two ditzy young ladies into USC, you have money for a retainer for a great lawyer. And like you said, it's all about optics. Bo, you're going to love this one. Can we pull up the Justice Smollett, the way he walked in the court?
Oh, the Beyonce thing?
Get information. Get information. And we were sitting here laughing at him like, oh, look how crazy he looks. He looks like a doofus. What ended up happening? Mark Garagos got him off. It's all about optics.
Interesting. You think it was a good idea?
I guess so.
Because Felicity took the other way, right?
Yeah, but just tell me what you think about this. I think she thinks it's not that wrong because all of her friends were doing it. Think about it. Privilege breeds privilege. Arrogance breeds arrogance. But here's the thing, guys. I think we can focus on Lori and Felicity. I think we got to focus still on the universities. They created this system. They want to brag, too. They want to brag about their alumni donations. SNL did a very funny skit about this saying, Lou Ferrigno's son is coming. How cool would it be to have Lou Ferrigno on campus? It's kind of ridiculous, but the truth of the matter is that there's loopholes. And remember, it's not just about the rich. This happened with T.M. Landry, too. They were falsifying of records, using, sob stories to get people in. The whole system's got to be looked at.
And California is just supposedly passing 5 bills to discuss the admission scandal, to recreate, and I think that's a good thing. I think Lori knows she's in big trouble, and I think she's totally playing it off.
No way.
I think it's smart. I think she knows she's in trouble.
She knows.
I think she'll do jail time, but she's
yeah.
smiling all the way. And we have to give a big DBL shout out to Lori Lightfoot. She won the runoff election last night in Chicago to become the first black woman to lead the Windy City. She is also the first openly gay person to be elected mayor of Chicago. Here she is kissing her wife, Amy. Take a look at what she said at her victory party.
Together, we can and will finally put the interest of our people, all of our people, ahead of the interest of a powerful few. We can and will make Chicago a place where your zip code doesn't determine your destiny.
Meantime, a lot of people are talking about this man. Now, you want to listen to the name. It's Pete Buttigieg. There you go. He is running for president in 2020. He is currently the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and he is also openly gay. Now, a new NBC poll finds that almost 70% of Americans are okay with a gay presidential candidate, which has us asking, is America ready for a gay president? Guys, go to dblvote.com to weigh in. I want to know if you think a woman will be seen first, or do you think we'll see a gay president first?
I honestly think it'll be a gay president way before it'll be a woman.
Tell us why, Steph.
Well, I think I feel awful saying this because I live here, but I think America is extremely misogynistic. I think it's very apparent as someone from Europe coming and living here. It is very much a man's world in America, clearly. And if we look at other countries around the world, we see not only women, but we see gay women leading many other countries. So shout out to Serbia, who currently have a gay and female leader. Wow. And she's been in power since 2017. Also in Iceland, they had a wonderful leader from 2009 to 2013. And I think it's something that we can learn so much from.
Well, I'm sorry, I have to disagree with that. I think it's time for a woman to be president of the United States. Like you said, you named these great countries. You've seen China, UK, Germany. They've all had women in power, whether or a prime minister or president. And Bo, you can kind of help me out with this one. The Bible Belt of America, which got Trump voted into office, I don't think that they're going to allow a gay person to be president.
I disagree with that.
Are we more misogynistic, Bo, or more homophobic?
It's a good question. I mean, for me, it's always been about policy. So it's not about the color of your skin. It's not about the orientation that you have, but it's about the policies. And this is why, with the new mayor of Chicago, for instance, we know her orientation, we know her color. Do we know her policies? Rahm Emanuel couldn't fix Chicago. Daley couldn't fix Chicago. I want to see someone who's got the policies that can transform.
But you're an educated person that is thinking that way. Yeah. If I'm a voter and I have a real issue, do you think I'm more misogynistic as your everyday voter, or am I more scared of seeing a man kiss another man when he gets the primary election?
I don't know. I know as far as females are concerned, like for instance, the Bible Belt, South Carolina elected Nikki Haley. She's Indian and she's female. So I'd say we progressed a long, long, long way. I don't know which will come first. Again, it's not about identity. For me, it's about policy.
I mean, that's what should matter. It should matter what's going to be best for your country, whether it's a female, a male, no matter what your beliefs are, that should be what matters. But I just don't think that's going to be the case here.
Interesting. DBL Nation, we have hear from you. Ooh, 68% say yes, America is ready for a gay president. Interesting. Well, write us in and let us know more. For the first time, guys, since rapper Nipsey Hussle's death, we are hearing from the person who is closest to him. Kelly Schubert has that at the moment.
Tori, the mother of Nipsey Hussle's 2-year-old son, is speaking out, addressing her longtime boyfriend's sudden death. Lauren London posted on Instagram saying, quote, "I am completely lost. I've lost my best friend, my sanctuary, my protector, my soul. I'm lost without you. We are lost without you, babe. I have no words." In the meantime, TMZ reports suspect Eric Holder is in solitary confinement in jail because he could be a target. This is video of him being arrested yesterday, and his bail is now set at more than $7 million. Tori?
Wow.
Didn't take long, did it?
No, rest in power, please. A feud is brewing, guys, over Tom Petty's will. The late musician's family are battling it out over who will run the estate. Now, the singer died of an accidental drug overdose in 2017. Tom's widow, Dana York Petty, claims she's in charge, but says his 2 daughters from a previous marriage are making it super difficult to run the estate, even blocking the release of a new solo track by the late artist. But Tom's 2 daughters, Audrey and Anna Kim, claim that Tom's widow hasn't given them equal input into decisions, which is how things are supposed to be according to the will. They also claim she's failed to transfer Tom's artistic property from a trust into a company that they are all supposed to jointly manage. That's according, of course, to TMZ. And we've always said on this panel, please think about a will that is very clear and a directive, because this happens and it's going to go on and on. Tom Petty was a prolific songwriter. He has many unreleased tracks. What do you say to this? What do we do here?
I think this happens all the time, especially when there's been one particular family member that's moved on and had another family with someone else, and the 2 families really come to loggerheads, and it's very difficult for them all to agree. And Tori gave us a wonderful example this morning. We can't say obviously who it was, of your father who dealt with a case very similar.
Yeah, it's very interesting when it's family, it gets very personal, and it was millions and millions of dollars, and it came all the way down to the silverware that their parents had given them, and they couldn't fight, and it went months and months and months, and my father finally brilliantly said, I'll take the silverware for 1 year, and then after that year, we'll decide. And they forgot all about the silverware.
Isn't it amazing how wills and things like that, how dirty things get? And this is about musical and music, and this affects me too, because we don't know that the daughters didn't want a particular track to be released because maybe it wasn't Tom's wishes.
Exactly.
That's something no one's really thinking about.
We need to know what Tom wanted.
It's his intellectual property. What if Tom didn't want that released because he didn't like it?
Exactly.
And to put the button on it real quick, this affects the rich and the poor alike. So DBL Nation, I'm sure there are people out there who have dealt with this, so please write in.
Oh, it affects everybody. Yep. All right, guys, the Department of Justice is taking a look at the Oscars. According to Variety, the DOJ sent a letter to the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences, which oversees the Oscars, and reportedly warned the Academy that it better not try to exclude streaming services from Oscar consideration, saying that it would, quote, raise antitrust concerns. Now, this all comes as rumors are swirling. The Academy is thinking of doing just that. We reported earlier this year that filmmaker Steven Spielberg was pushing to change Oscar rules by excluding movies on streaming services like Netflix. And right now, all the big names in Hollywood are in Las Vegas for CinemaCon, a huge movie convention where the streaming debate is front and center. Even actress Helen Mirren is getting in on it. Yesterday, she said, quote, I love Netflix, but bleep Netflix, thank you. There's nothing like sitting in the cinema. I find that, I love Helen Mirren, but that to me is tone deaf, because Nobody can afford to go to the movie theater anymore. And if you don't catch up with what's happening, you're not in reality.
This happened in the music industry 15, 20 years ago. Remember when we went streaming to Spotify?
Sure.
The $15 album became the 99-cent track.
That's exactly
the $15
right.
movie you go to see is now the $15 streaming service.
Yes, you're
We've
absolutely
seen this
right.
before.
And I think it's only reasonable that people can't afford to go and get popcorn with that.
It is expensive, and when you do take, if you have a family with multiple children, it quickly can add up to like $50, $60 for one night. I understand that completely, but I also understand Steven Spielberg. He's trying to preserve the beauty of going to a theater, that whole entire experience that you get.
He's trying to
it's not the
preserve
same.
his cash money.
It's not the same.
Follow the money,
it's not the same. I'm sorry, sitting on some sofa is not the same as going into a theater. It's not the same.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, because you have to get up, you have to go, and this is the antiquated way.
You've got to get up and go. These people wait a year on a movie, 2 years.
It doesn't matter. Why can't I just watch it here and smile when Dumbo
it's not the same.
The industry is serving the consumer. Brand is the consumer. He wants it in the private of his own home, and they're serving
that. It should go with that.
Damn, Netflix and chill. You can't theater and chill.
Yeah, you can. My theater's got reclining seats, thank you very much, and I chill extremely there.
There you go. All right.
For $10.
Everybody let us know how they chill. DBL is live, and we'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, is there anything better than spicy butter at Texas Roadhouse? Well, yes, if you make it yourself. I will show you how to do it in my copycat kitchen, and you, the viewer, are our fifth host. Lena Dunham gets some new ink to embrace the word she's most afraid of. So, DBL Nation, this is good. We want to know, what word are you most afraid of to be called? We'll share your comments coming up next.
Hi, DBL Nation. Kelly Schubert with the DBL Digital team here. I'm tracking all the breaking news and what's happening right now. Let's go see what's going on at the desk. Hey, guys, what's happening up here?
Hi, Kelly.
What's going on, guys?
What? DBL Nation, please, because me and Stephanie are going to war right now about whether you would watch a movie in the comforts of your own home or if you have to get up, get gas, go to the theater, stand in line for your tickets,
Buy them online.
go to the tickets. But I mean, if you want to buy it online, buy the movie online.
I do
stick it online.
But I do think it's unrealistic that that people aren't, what Bo's saying, they didn't, if you don't follow it, you're going to be left behind, which is what happened in the music industry.
Right.
And we're seeing that people don't want to get up and go, which seems very lazy, but I'm one of those people. I'm going to pop my own popcorn in the microwave, I'm going to sit down.
You know what people don't want to do as well, which is why these companies are bankrupt and out? They don't want to get up and go to Blockbuster. We want to just stream it right there.
Netflix used to come to our address.
It'd be like the same thing as Sony going, well, I want you to listen to my music on a Walkman. Well, we don't have those anymore.
Right,
we've got iPods, we've got iPads.
Napster was there, right,
yeah,
exactly.
so you have to change with the industry. But I see what Spielberg is doing. He's trying to protect his industry and try to protect the infrastructure of it. But he's got to realize that times are changing and that not everybody wants to go to the theater, that the consumers have multiple choices, which is what capitalism is. It's offering you a better choice.
So you know what the theaters need to do? They need to team up with the 4K TVs. They need to team up with the surround sounds and make a whole experience. You can get this movie, and then they have a special effects and stuff that you can get on this special TV, the special surround sound. I bet there'd be a market for it. You just have to do that. No one wants to go to the movie theaters.
If you notice, Netflix doesn't have the most recent movies. Right. I would say charge the same price for admission. That way you get the same amount.
I was thinking the same thing because I would sit at home and pay the $15 to see the favorite.
Exactly. If you pay the same price, what difference does it make?
Clara Elena Madonia says drive-in theaters again. I totally
should be
love
complaining
those.
is AMC.
Well, yeah, because they're losing all that money.
That's who's losing the money.
Should be complaining. Brandy says I would sit in my house and watch a movie because I can go to the bathroom when I want, and my 5-year-old won't sit through a movie. That's the other thing. These kids, their attention span. Squirrel! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Fifth Host when we talk about what you're talking about. Lena Dunham just got a huge new tattoo on the back of her neck. It says, "Sick," written in a rope script. Now, Lena says she's got the ink to embrace the one word she is most afraid of being called. So that got us thinking, DBL Nation, what word are you afraid to be called? And just so you know some background here, Lena Dunham has terrible endometriosis. Yep. She's had a hysterectomy, so she has been not only mentally ill, but
like 6'6", so.
Okay, here we go. So let's get to these comments. Lisa from Facebook says, sometimes people say I'm loud, so I guess my word would be loud. I can't say my word on TV, but I guess mine would be has been. Put a little hyphen in there, has been.
Nice.
Leslie from Facebook says, I have a strong personality, but I'm working on being more open to other people's ideas. So I'm most afraid of being called a steamroller.
That's so honest.
Interesting. You know what? This is really terrible, but if I got a tattoo, I change my mind all the time, and I couldn't live with anything. My worst fear would be probably to have a tattoo in the first place.
Me too.
Because I don't want to mark my body.
Like indecisive.
I just don't want to mark my body with something that I will definitely regret.
I'm with you. Jerry from Facebook says, fat. I'm a bit overweight, so I'm super self-conscious about how I look. Jerry, I'm sorry about that. You know, I feel free. I don't like the idea. I know there's this notion of reclaiming, but I don't like the idea of tattooing anything on me that I didn't like about myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just think I am what I am. Self-betterment, time, maturity, those are things that they take time to understand. I don't think branding something on me that I don't like is good.
For me, it works because I it will be a reminder for me all the time. I really wanted to get slow and down.
But would you do it on your neck? It's like you can't see it.
I want that because I'm too fast, but I'm thinking about my word. Let's read Ben from Facebook says, I'm a little nerdy and a bit of a homebody. I'm already in love. I think I'm most afraid of being called boring. Oh my God. Ben, you wrote in, you're not boring. You're so interesting. You watch our show. You know you're cool. I think my word, and I'm really trying to be better, is like needy. Yeah. I'm trying to take a lot more responsibility and have some more integrity. So
would you tattoo that though? Would you need to see that to reflect on that?
I could see why I would do it.
Yeah.
I have a problem. As a Jew, there's a lot of problems with tattooing.
Yeah.
There's a lot to go on there. But I could see why this would be helpful.
I'd like something positive instead.
Interesting. Well, one more. Get that one.
Last comment. Ronnie from Facebook says, I'm getting a little older, but I'm trying to stay up to date with how the world is changing. I think I am most afraid of being called old-fashioned. Well, then don't go to the movie theaters then.
Hey.
No, I kind of agree with you, Tori. Like, I don't think I want, and Bo as well, I don't want something tattooed on my body. I would rather just put a positive affirmation right there on my windowsill right before I go out the door, and I'm like, hey, you are brilliant.
Yeah,
I had a friend who had an ear, like an actual ear tattooed, the picture of an ear on his bicep, and I said, why do you have that? He said it reminds him to listen.
Listen, see, I like stuff like that. Yeah, I need reminders.
Slow.
But for
that's
him,
a little eerie.
Good one. All right. I'm not going to leave you hanging. All right, guys, thank you, viewers, for writing in. We appreciate that. And write them in all day, because I think during the breaks this will be fun to look at. Sure. You guys have a chance to spend the night at one of the most famous museums in the whole world. Raquel Villanueva, what are these details?
Oui, Tori, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir à le Louvre? Because Airbnb is offering a sleepover at the Louvre Museum in Paris. You and a lucky guest could enjoy some drinks with Mona Lisa, get a private tour with an art historian, and enjoy a concert inside one of Napoleon's lavish apartments. You could recreate Beyonce and Jay-Z's music video if you really want to, and it's all to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the museum's iconic pyramid. And did I mention you'll be sleeping in this mini pyramid replica? Now you have till next Friday to apply, and we'll post a link on our social pages.
That is so cool.
I want that so bad.
Those triangles,
I bet that's expensive.
I'm sure. By I Am Pay. They're designed and they're in the National Gallery. I think that'd be cool.
You think they have Wi-Fi in there?
Probably.
All right.
DBL Nation, listen up. Do you know a mom who puts everyone else first? Everyone does. A mom who has defied the odds, or a mom who deserves a day just for herself? If so, Daily Blast Live wants to pamper her. So send us her picture and why she should be nominated at casting@dailyblastlive.com. Coming up on DBL, find out how to make that famous honey butter from Texas Roadhouse in your own kitchen. Plus, see if my hosts can tell the difference. Copycat Kitchen is next.
None of us have one, right?
No. Hey guys, welcome. Oh yeah, we're asking for you to put what tattoo, what word, even if it's a temporary or a henna, a tattoo that you would put on your body that makes you, that's the word you would most not want to see. I also think mine would be like slob.
Slob.
Because you're a messy individual. No, you need to see that.
I'm a creative
No, we need to make a banner.
I put like maybe I'm thinking maybe bullish, like a bull in a shiny
okay,
cloud, like
okay.
just like
Dogmatic.
the steamroller, yeah,
Steamroller.
But why would you want something negative?
But don't you think it reminds you
I don't
every
want
time?
something negative. No, not at all. Because
see, for Lena, I feel like it was putting sick on there was about reminding her of overcoming
I
the bad
agree.
health.
And the
So that's not
rope
really,
was tethering herself to all the other people.
So it's not like she's not wanting to see it because of what someone called her. It's because of what she's overcome. So I
Yeah.
think it's different than just having a bad
Yeah,
word
you
in
own
your
it.
life.
You take the power back.
Who wants to see something they don't like about themselves?
But see, in Buddhism, which I'm studying, you're supposed to accept that there is negativity in life. And if you fake it, say there isn't, then you're always going to suffer more. So if you want to suffer better, because you're going to suffer in life, then face it and understand it. I have to go face my sloppiness.
I agree with that. I'm just one of those positive people that where I like to see positive images. I like to see positive.
I'm just worried you ignore the negative.
But
you're
you know that.
ignoring
But you know
reality.
this life is just negative.
Ignore it. You just don't have to focus on
But
it.
that's not ignoring it. That's accept.
Welcome back, I just fell. Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. If you're a fan of butter and cinnamon like I am, you're gonna love today's edition of Copycat Kitchen. Check this out. Yeehaw! Today on Copycat Kitchen, as you can see, I'm cat ready. We are gonna show you how to recreate the very famous cinnamon honey butter from Texas Roadhouse. Yeehaw! All right, guys, this butter is the perfect combo of sweet, salty, and there's a little bit of a kick to it. And you gotta do that weird motion. So we're gonna show you how to get started. Let's do it. All right, the first thing you need is, of course, the butter. So you wanna take half a cup of butter, which is, of course, 1 stick, okay? Then you're gonna take 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and, you know, pretend it's like dust and pixie dust. Think of happy thoughts. Then we move on to 1/4 cup of honey. Then I want you to take a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then of course you want to just take a pinch of salt. And then you want to mush it. Okay. Now sometimes you can trade tools. Just use the tools to help the other tools. Because the butter is less graceful than you think, but you know what? Creativity isn't always graceful. And after a few minutes of whisking, some elbow grease, and help from your producers, you end up with this. All right, guys, I'm here with the lovely Steph, and she's gonna let me know which she thinks is the original recipe and which one is the copycat. All right, so go ahead and butter.
I'm going to butter the bread.
So this is type A. Let's see what you think.
Okay.
She doesn't eat a lot of carbs. Okay. Now this is 4B.
Oh, that's really nice.
From Texas Roadhouse, which one is the real one and which is the copycat?
I think that's the one that's been made here.
So this is the copycat. So she says B is the copycat. All right, that's your guess. We'll find out. Which
This one's the real.
Okay.
This is the fake.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't super happy with the butter in this one because that's what an amateur would do. They panic and put more whipped butter in there.
A is the real one.
Is the real one?
B is the imposter.
And the answer is, all of you got it wrong. B is the real one. A is the copycat. We fooled you. You
made this?
I sure did.
Oh.
Well, that went well. You guys can get the full recipe on dailyblastlive.com. We will be right back. Trista and Ryan Sutter, welcome to Daily Blast Live. How are you guys?
Thank you.
Good, thanks for having us.
Good.
Trista, you were runner-up the first season on The Bachelor. How does it feel being the OG Bachelorette? Do you have an OG Bachelorette dance? Like, how do you feel? You have some pride?
OG Bachelorette dance. I need one of those.
Yeah, you do.
Do it.
Yeah, you do. Thanks, Tori. I feel old whenever someone calls me the OG because it's been around forever.
I know what you mean.
So I feel old.
Nice.
I feel thankful that I was part of it.
Now, a majority of the relationship of The Bachelor, they end up failing. So my question to you is, how did you guys make it work?
They're top secret tips. So
Only if you live in Denver.
Yeah,
you
we're
get
in
the
Denver.
tips.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no secret to any of this stuff. It's just you do the best you can, and you take care of each other. It's being on The Bachelorette and everything that happened afterwards. because it was so new, we didn't know what to expect, so we leaned on each other a lot, and that brought us closer together. So after a few years, you're just a normal couple, and you're just trying to do the best you can.
Yeah. We actually have our very own Jeff Schroeder. He's a host here. He met his wife Jordan on Big Brother. She won. Yes. They're still married. And
I know them.
I
love them. I'm a huge Big Brother fan.
I heard that you're friends with Jordan. So how do you guys think, what advice do you have for reality couples, just because you went through the burner?
I don't know that it's appropriate for me to give people advice. I just feel like really you just have to prioritize your relationship, focus on what makes any good relationship a good relationship.
Well, it's been 17 years since the first Bachelor, and I've been wanting to go back and rewatch all the original seasons, and guess what? I can now because Tubi will be streaming the originals starting on April 1st. So are you ready for everyone to relive your romance? Because it's going to be like a whole new group of people seeing it for the first time.
He is not.
I don't care. I don't care about other people. I just don't particularly care to go back and relive that experience.
Watch me dating other people? Yeah, not maybe so fun. But I'm really excited that we have footage of us falling in love.
I can now tell you without reservation that I'm in love with you.
And not a lot of people can say that.
That's true.
Otherwise, it would kind of be creepy.
Will you guys ever make the trip to Denver to be on our show?
We would love to. We're in Denver all the time.
All right, thanks guys so much, and thanks for being on DBL. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. I don't know why I'm using my hands so much. I'm indicating.
Your comment.
All right, Brandon, what do you got, Belun?
Here we go. We're talking about the politicians. Warren says, so what if she's gay? It doesn't matter. Can she lead? Good question. Yep.
Bingo.
And Kimberly also says, I think America is ready for both. I don't think it matters what their gender or identity is, but it should be about policy, like Bo just said.
Nice.
Oh,
nice. Kimberly agrees with
we got some bold agreements.
That's amazing.
Hey.
That's incredible. I do think we're going to see it. I just wonder which will come first and which will be harder to overcome, because I think optically it is going to be hard to see a man kiss another man. I don't think so, but for a lot of this country, at a primary election on a big stage, that's going to be a big
I'm sorry, go ahead, Steph. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, whoever does it, I think they're going to have to really take that into consideration. If they want to win all the markets and they want to be the president, you know what you need to do.
Speak to everyone. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.